Hello, everyone. Welcome to a fantastic episode of the Gridiron Glory here with Will and Tad. Today, we are discussing the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. They defeated Kansas City in the Super Bowl, a game that made my dear co-host, Mr. Wickert, very happy, very excited. You love to see that. Jalen Hurts, he solidified himself as a top tier quarterback with his Super Bowl ring, Super Bowl MVP. Though you could argue that Cooper DeJean was robbed of the MVP. He had a pick six on Patrick Mahomes that completely changed the complexion of the game. But enough about that. Jalen Hurts, a very well deserving player as well of that recognition. I would rank Jalen Hurts as a top six, maybe top five quarterback in the league. He has been incredible. His rushing ability is unquestioned. He is a quality passer as well. Um, he the way he executes the still legal tush push is just top tier. I mean, there were some salty teams that got cooked by the Eagles in the playoffs that might have tried to push to ban the tush push because they were unable to stop it. Of course, I'm looking at some folks from Wisconsin. They could not stop the tush push, so they vote to beat it because they can't stop a football play. So that thankfully passed um, to keep the tush push. And that's just a great part of Jalen Hurts' legacy to have a play that you've executed so hard that teams want to stop it, that they want to ban it.
Yeah, I mean the tush push. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Like pretty simple there when you got like the offensive line that you do and the talent that you do up front to be able to pull it off. So why not, right? I mean,
Why not?
Jalen Hurts is to me a very. I mean, see, my biggest thing is what here. I'll keep the story simple. He goes from being benched in the national championship game by for Tua Tagovailoa to Super Bowl champion right now,
Mhm.
Jalen Hurts.
What a
So
guy. Yeah, you definitely love to see that. And you also love to see Saquon Barkley have the year he had last year. I mean, what an incredible season, one of the best running back seasons we've ever seen. Um Top tier player there. Obviously, that was a big load to carry. How does he come back from that? I mean, you go all the way through the playoffs, you do a lot of carrying on the offense. So can he have another high octane workload? And if they want to give him some like plays off, can the running backs behind him execute? Guys like Will Shipley, his second year now in the NFL? That's going to be a very interesting situation. Out of Clemson, obviously. So, can he execute when called upon? AJ Dillon also great depth in the running back room.
yeah, that to me is going to be very interesting, especially given the situation and the fortitude of what can really be provided. Saquon Barkley. It's really hard to replicate 2,000 yard seasons. Like Saquon Barkley, obviously, he goes out there.
Yeah.
You have that 2,000 yard season and everything, but like we've seen guys like that before in the past try to do the same similar kind of thing. Obviously, guys like Adrian Peterson, he went out and did it that one year. And then, I mean, does he go out and do it again the next season? No, not necessarily. Christian McCaffrey, he had that prolific season, but unfortunately doesn't go out and do it again the next season. Like we've seen running backs go out there and have that like once of a lifetime season, but it's just super super hard to like replicate it, especially at the NFL level. I'm not saying that Saquon can't do it again. He certainly can, but I mean that Eagles team. I mean, you really just hope that it wasn't a 1 year wonder.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see how they bounce back. And I mean, they certainly have like a lot of good pieces in place, and that includes the wide receiver room, which has a top 8 level talent in AJ Brown, maybe even a little higher. Devontae Smith, one of the best wide receiver twos in the league. I mean, just the way they execute in their roles. I mean, and you have to think this is an offense that runs the ball very often. You have one of the best running backs. You have one of the best mobile quarterbacks that can run the ball, designed run plays. So you might not get all the opportunities in the pass game that you would expect for like high level receiving talent like this, but make no mistake, when called upon, AJ Brown can just cook the defense. I mean, he can get by any coverage. I mean, they have downfield plays that they can do too. This is not like a one-dimensional offense. If they need to move the ball downfield in a hurry with the pass game, they can certainly do that as well. Of course, Devontae Smith as well, the former Heisman winner at Alabama. He had some great runs. He is just another piece. I mean, this is a very good offense.
Yeah, I was definitely expecting the first touchdown in the Super Bowl to be from um I'm trying the first touchdown in the Super Bowl was from Brown, right?
I believe the first touchdown of the Super Bowl was from Cooper DeJean.
No, that's what made it 17-0. Anyways, yeah, I was really impressed by Brown's touchdown in the Super Bowl because that changed the dynamic of the game in that moment. And he can just do that. Like Brown can go out there and make big time plays and big time moments. So I think he's a high level receiver in this league for sure. Same with Devontae Smith as well and Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, definitely. Some very high level receivers there. So yeah, they can definitely make all sorts of plays there. Um, yeah, yeah, all sorts of plays there. Dallas Goedert also, in my opinion, the best tight end in the division. He's a very high level player. Kind of underrated at this point in his career, even I'd say, and so a very interesting piece there. He is a reliable target. He knows how to get open. He knows how to catch the ball. Very needed, needed skills for a tight end.
Yeah, Zach Ertz, definitely a very reliable, very serviceable, consistent tight end throughout his career.
Yes, definitely. Dallas Goedert, the top tier tight end for sure. Looking at the offensive line, some, I do want to ask specifically about Cam Jurgens, their center. Obviously, a big job. Um, Replacing the legends that were in front of him. But specifically, where would you rank him among Nebraska offensive linemen in the league?
I mean, easily number one. I mean, that Super Bowl championship pretty much would solidify that. And this is PFF does have this Eagles offensive line ranked number one. Jordan Matilla, Lane Johnson, Makai Becton um, did leave, but you got Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens. So yeah, this is still the best offensive line in the league, led by him. One of the leaders.
Yeah, I'd
My
certainly.
lad is the leader, but Jurgens the center for sure.
Mhm.
This is a terrific offensive line. Listen, Jason Kelsey handpicked Cam Jurgens to replace him, so he did a great job.
Yeah, definitely there. Cam Jurgens, he just continues to grow. Now the fourth year out of Nebraska. Maliata, of course, a high level left tackle. Lane Johnson, high level right tackle. I'd say this is the best tackle duo in the league. Landon Dickerson, a high level guard. My real question is, how do you replace Becton in the right guard spot? I know right now it looks like Tyler Steen is that guy who is taking the first crack at it. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. That's my big question on the offense. What does the right guard spot look like?
Yeah, for sure.
Um, Looking at the defense, I mean, this is just a defense chock full of talent at pretty much every position. Just take your pick at where you want to start. The linebacker room, Zach Bond is incredible. Had a breakout season last year, by far his best as a pro out of Wisconsin, the third round draft pick in 2020. Just expect him to continue to play at a high level. You also have Nakobe Dean out of Georgia there, so he's continuing to grow. Just the linebacker room is incredible. I mean, I'm so impressed with just all of the high level talent. And you draft Jahad Campbell out of Alabama to join the linebacker room. He's currently slated in to be a reserve, but that's going to be another piece. So very good linebacker room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the linebacker room. You mentioned Zach Bond and Kobe Dean. You even got O'Shawn Mathis, Patrick Johnson as well. So, um, yeah, it's had. I'm very excited to see what these linebackers can bring. This is an upper tier linebacker room in the NFL.
Oh, for sure. It's top tier for sure. The defensive line, you also have some very talented young players. Jalen Carter, the number 9 overall pick in 2023 out of Georgia. Um, Ojomo, out of Texas. He was a seventh round draft pick, but he's already developing very well as an interior D lineman.
And Ty
No,
Robinson, you drafted him out of Nebraska.
yes, of course, you draft Ty Robinson out of Nebraska, a very quality piece to develop. Nolan Smith, first round out of Georgia, 2023. I mean, just a lot of draft capital poured into this defensive line. They make the plays. I mean, a very young offensive line. Ty Robinson, he adds to that for sure. Where would you rank him amongst Nebraska defensive players in the league?
You know, that's a very interesting question.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously, I'd probably have to rank him in the lower tiers of that. I mean, I wouldn't rank him near, say, guys like Cam Taylor Britt or Levante David. I mean, Levante David's number one in that rank, but yeah, Ty Robinson. I, I don't rank him dead last or anything like that, but I would like to see him play so I can evaluate his ranking a little closer.
Definitely want to see him play in the league, and then we'll see how that goes. So imagine this. Just picture this scenario. You buy a lottery ticket, you win the lottery, then you decide, that was fun. I want to do that again. So I'm gonna buy another ticket. That is exactly what the Philadelphia Eagles did with the cornerback draft room last year. You draft Quinion Mitchell in the first round. Talk about a home run pitch. He's immediately your starter, the 22nd pick out of Toledo, one of the best Rockets in the NFL already. He has the cornerback room on lock. I mean, he takes away half of the field. What an incredible pick. And then you get Cooper DeJean in the second round. Somehow he falls to the 40th overall pick. I don't know what the other 31 teams in the NFL were doing. They didn't do their homework on Cooper DeJean. The Eagles did. I mean, to be fair, the Eagles could have drafted him in the first round, but the Eagles definitely did their homework circling back to Cooper DeJean, who obviously we talked about the big pick six in the Super Bowl. So that was a huge play there. And I mean, aside from that, he did an incredible job in coverage. He can play many different positions. Sometimes they have him out on cornerback, sometimes they have him playing safety, sometimes they have him playing nickel. You can put him anywhere, and I mean, he can tackle. I mean, I don't know if you remember the play last year where he was one-on-one against Derrick Henry and he flattened him. I mean, I've never seen a secondary player do that to Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean is just so tough and so athletic, and I mean, Tad, I mean, Cooper DeJean could very well turn into one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history
I mean,
already
yeah,
because he has a ring.
talking about like one of the best in NFL history, that's just you just love to see that for Cooper DeJean. I mean, he was definitely his corner skills. I mean, into the draft they were doubted, and I'd say he's proved every doubter wrong. I mean, if you're still doubting Cooper DeJean, then at this point, I mean, it's time to look at what else you can do there. So a very strong secondary. You also have Adoree Jackson out of USC, first round pick in 2017. So at this point, I mean, his career has probably not lived up to the hype out of the draft as he would have hoped, but he has turned into a very serviceable player, a veteran, if nothing else. And I think he is a high level player in the cornerback room as well.
Yeah, he certainly is. So, I think he'll continue to do so.
Yeah, certainly. And I don't think you can forget about Reed Blankenship and the leadership he provides in the safety room out of Middle Tennessee. The Blue Raiders, arguably their best player in program history, the Super Bowl champion there. So he is a high level player too. I mean, you got a lot of, I mean, listen, this is a great secondary, a great linebacker group. Also Sidney Brown in his third year, he out of Illinois. He's probably the least proven player in the secondary, but make no mistake, he is also a high level player. He has potential. Andrew Makuba, also the draft pick this year. He was their second round pick out of Texas. So he and Sidney Brown, they might battle a bit for that free safety spot. We'll see just how that ends up. So very strong secondary.
I mean, they have all the pieces it takes to go out there and do it again. I mean, in what's going to be a very pass heavy NFC East, this is exactly what they need. And like you said, they go out there, they put their chips back in the right spot where they know they can get this thing done again.
They know they can get this done again. They have all the pieces, like you said. The defense very good. The offense very good. The special teams. I mean, obviously Jake Elliott, he's been there, he's done that. So I mean, I trust Jake Elliott as an upper half kicker in the league. Braden Mann, we might not see him very much. That's the punter, but if
I
it's
like
under like 2 yards, they'll sneak it.
DeJean being the punt returner. I think that's amazing. Cooper DeJean, an amazing punt returner.
Cooper DeJean, an amazing punt returner, and I'm gonna say it here live on the camera. It was not a fair catch. That should have been a touchdown back in 2023 against Minnesota. In Iowa versus Minnesota, that was a touchdown, no fair catch. So I'm saying that live on camera. Will Shipley, a very solid kick returner as well. Um, Looking at the long snapper report here, we got Charlie Hewlett, the long snapper out of Central Florida, the University of Central Florida, I should say. 2012, he was undrafted, so he's certainly been in the league for a while. He has spent the last 10 years of his career with the Cleveland Browns, and now he's coming here to Philadelphia. So I'm sure he's just gonna have the time of his life this year. So he's been with the Browns and now he's gonna start his time with Philadelphia. He has played in 152 games in his career, 26 career tackles. And it looks like the highlight of his career, at least in college, was that he was named second team All Conference USA on 2 occasions. So a very tenured, experienced player there. They add him and to a roster that was already a Super Bowl champion and contending again. So a very strong move there by the Philly Eagles.
I will go ahead and predict that the Philadelphia Eagles do once again win this NFC East. You know, like you were mentioning, a very strong secondary, very strong linebacker room. You do lose some pieces in the front seven. On offense, you pretty much keep everything the same, and you bring in, some very solid pieces. Like, you keep some of those around. You do have some questionable injuries and stuff here and there, but
Mhm.
I think that'll be okay. And then obviously Nick Sirianni. I think Nick Sirianni is a really good coach. So I will go ahead and predict this Philadelphia Eagles football team to, in the regular season, win anywhere from 12 to 15 games.
Yeah, I mean, I also see Philadelphia far and away the best team in the NFC East. I think you could make a strong case that they are once again the best team in the NFC. I know like you could make a case for Detroit and maybe a few other teams, but I mean, I'm not making like an official playoff prediction or anything yet, but I think they'd be the strong favorite to repeat at least in the NFC. I think they're going to have a fantastic regular season. I think they could win. I'll go as high as 13 to 16 even. That's a pretty bold take, but I'm willing to do that. So thank you all for watching the Gridiron Glory. This is our last preseason preview. Thank you for watching. Please continue to follow along as we continue to post content throughout the regular season. Thank you for following.